A wizard is never late, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Welcome to the Commander Smiths. Oh man, I delayed myself.
We are the Commander Smiths.
I'm
you delayed me.
I'm Adam Smith.
And I'm Lowry Smith.
Don't worry.
We're cousins.
Did we do that right? Did I delay that and then I screwed the whole thing up?
You're fine. You're fine. It does not matter. I think, yeah, that was the first time we haven't been perfect on the intro. So
the very first.
We can recut it. Yeah, the very first time.
328 episodes in, and then that's the first time we've screwed up the beginning. Dang.
Right. Right. Not that I've screwed that up 320 times.
Speaking of, this is 328. This is episode 328, and we're doing another Power 9. No, I'm just kidding. There was a lot of, I wish you could see the comments, Larry, while we were sitting there, because there was a lot of let's see, Ibukaki said we're prepping for 9. Oh no, wait, it's Wrench. I said,
are we getting Power 9 and 9 o'clock messed up? Is that what we're doing?
I think it works good because we start at 9 o'clock and we do Power 9. We've been doing Power 9.
Is that what we should call ourselves? The Power 9 Commander Smiths?
Well,
Power 9 o'clock.
According to Ibukaki, it should be Power 9 Secret Layer Commander Smiths is, I guess, what our official name should be. So yeah. Okay. So
we won't let him name stuff though.
Right.
So
he's not good at nameology. You know what movie?
Naming.
Remember what that movie that's from?
Nameology. Yeah. Boondocks.
Hell yeah. All right. So what are we doing on this episode 328 tonight? This one's gonna be a quick one. Just saying.
All right. Well, I'll struggle with Savant on purpose then. That's what we're doing. Do we have that? Are we doing Savant?
Yes, we are. I gotta get the card out.
Okay, so we're doing Savant. We'll see how that goes.
Tommy Olsen
and then
is
we're
our
also
stumper.
doing a Fave 5 Commanders from the new Modern Horizons 3 that is coming out in 2 or 3 weeks. I think it's the 17th or something. Week before SmithCon.
Pre-releases this weekend and then releases next weekend. Yes.
So 2 weeks?
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll get our top 10 in next week, and at some point we're going to try to get in the upgrades, the commander deck upgrade. So look forward to that as well. That's our thing, secret layer and upgrades.
Yeah.
It's their bread and butter there. So we do, yeah, like I said, we do have Stump the Smith Savant.
I mean,
what?
Potato and butter?
Oh,
that's our potato and butter?
That's our beer and pizza. Tommy Olsen is our stumper this week. This is week number 2, round 30. And again, it is the proxy that my son helped me make. Is the
toaster dogs?
Yeah,
yeah.
I see what you're saying because their heads are kind of square. I get it, but it's the anointed procession in foil. I get it. I was trying to figure out when you said that last week. I'm like, do they? I was like, they don't look like. I was thinking because you were saying the dots, but it's their.
I mean, they look like Pop-Tarts on LSD, like that, like.
With the
all right, it's a good trip. That's a good trip. All right.
Yeah. So we do have a new patron. Actually, he's on right now. He's saying it. New patron in the house. Well, let's hit you up right now because we were gonna give you a shout out. That was right before.
He's a hashtag Team Force One guy.
Oh,
there we go.
Damn it.
There we
Get
go.
out of here. Okay, first off,
Force One.
you do get this.
Welcome to meat forest.
That sounds like a fairy tale of a meat forest.
Mr. Joe Edgin, which I like.
And
Edgin.
I did send you
Edgin's
the
one of my
link to the
favorite texts.
Discord already. Same thing, but I'm a week late with the Aussie that joined us, so apologize to that.
2 weeks in a row, but you know what, Joe, I do have to give you this.
Get the fuck out!
You did the hashtag
Don't
Team
be so
Forest
mean to
Walk,
him.
so
Right away.
The fuck out!
Right away.
I mean, don't really
Be nice to him at the
but
beginning.
at
He's
the- at the-
he's
get the fuck
literally
out.
been a patron for like 20 minutes.
Well,
all right.
even better.
Get
He
the
has to get
fuck
used to this because
out!
it's gonna happen. It's if he posts
Oh,
that in
boy.
the Discord, he's gonna get you and number 2 and Cole and I think Doji's also on board with the walking through the forest stuff, and then you'll get me and Robo. Oh, I guess you got
Right.
Ibukaki on board with you on that.
Right.
You'll get
Well,
me,
I mean,
Red Shy,
some Discords have
RoboCop.
like toxic groups.
See, there
And
we
I
go.
would
Look
say
at-
that is our
look at all these.
toxicity within our groups of Urza's for Life
Look at all
versus
that.
hashtag Team Forest Walk.
There's
Look at
a
this.
lot- everybody's
It's-
popping up. So you guys get this,
The fuck
Uh,
Right.
Lowry's,
out.
and you,
Get
And-
the
and this-
fuck out!
I love
It's
that.
just what it is. I don't know why
It's
you're
nice.
such a jerk about it and just sticking with Urza's because clearly
The
hashtag
Knitmaker
Team Forest Walk is better.
did it. What made the Power 9 list last week? Power 9 lands.
I just didn't want to fight about it.
Mm-hmm. But you didn't. Your list didn't even have Yavimai on it. Like, you didn't even like put it as like, hey, I'm going to try to fight for this card because you knew it was bad.
No, I didn't know it was bad. We had much worse cards. You had much worse cards on your list. Mine was a much tighter list. I had like 10 cards and we had 9
I was giving
like,
you
all right.
I was giving you options, and neither of us had Yavimai on there. And then Ibukaki's Team Bukaki. Gross. What are you doing here, buddy? This is a family show. No, it's not.
So
Oh yeah,
it's fine.
There we go.
It's fine.
Doji says he's Team Swamp Walk, but Forest Walk is cool. Well, you still get this.
Get the fuck out!
It's not Urza's.
Doji's on my side.
Yeah.
It's all right. If you're trying to like split and you're not, you're on my side.
Mm.
Sorry.
All right. Is there anything we want to get to before we get to our Fae 5 stuff, or do we want to bullshit some more? I mean, this isn't one of the big guys that we try to get to the episode right away. So what are you drinking? I mean, we can get to the drinking part and
that's
all
a good
that
point.
stuff.
I'm doing a Lupulin. Is this the CPB chocolate peanut butter porter?
Nice.
It's
So
aight.
we're both doing. Yeah, I'm doing. Okay, so I did take a picture of the one that I will be drinking, but I am drinking the Waconia one of the chocolate peanut butter one. Dude, it's $10 for 4 of them. Like everything else with the specialty brews, it's like $30. And I'm like, okay, come on, let's settle down here. I don't need to spend $30. We'll do that every once in a while. So
And
yeah,
then my second one's going to be from Surly. It's going to be Velvet Jam Sour Ale.
move it that way.
I'm not 100%. I don't remember where I got these or who I got these beers from at this point. Still birthday beers. Getting low on supply, but this might have been hockey.
You're getting low on your beer supply?
Yeah.
Are you going to buy more, or are you done after that?
No,
You-
I'll be done.
Oh, I like drinking Lowry. You're more fun.
I like drinking Lauer too, but I agree with all of that. So, but yeah, I mean, I'll probably try and stay sober before SmithCon and then
let it
be able
hang
to
out.
hit it hard a little bit.
I got to take care of you at SmithCon this time instead.
No, I doubt it. I doubt it. I know you can't control yourself, so
I can't control my horny level of drinking. Yes, I know.
right. And so you got the Waconia one, and then what else? Is that just what you're drinking?
Hang on, it's my last one of the $30 beers that I bought for my birthday.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I don't know where the Surly came from, but Hockey wouldn't give me a Surly. He does not like them.
This is also
So-
a lupulin, but this is the 10.5% alcohol, and that's the pancake one. So I
Oh, okay.
think
Is
when
that pretty good?
it's it's strong. It almost tastes like it's a bourbon that's in it. Like
Ooh.
that's why I think it
It's
is.
just
It's
maple?
church basement pancake breakfast. No, it isn't. I
Surprised
thought-
that's not burning you.
Imperial Stout with maple syrup, coffee, toasted coconut, and coconut cream flavor. Coconut cream? You remember what we did with coconut cream in their fingers?
Yep. We mix it with Malort. Oh, you're...
God,
That
I've
was
been
gross.
getting a lot of the people know about us and Malort. I get texts constantly of the cicadas and the Malort. You know, we got it on the Discord. I was like, this is like the 7th time I've seen this. Thank you. I'm glad that when you think
I've only seen it from Jason Rader.
Oh,
so
really? Yeah. No, I've gotten
I
texts.
kind of want him to bring it just so I can crunch on some Malort.
God.
Yeah.
No,
curious.
It doesn't sound good at all. All right. Should we get to the episode? Let's get to the actual fun pants of this one.
We can do that.
Where are we at? We are doing this.
Save 5.
Five commander cards. All right. So how does this whole thing work here, Lowry? What are we? Oh, you're doing stuff. So what are we doing with Fae 5? How does Fae 5 commanders work? I mean,
All right. Each of us have 5 commanders or legends from the precons and or set, and we are saying these are the ones that we like the most. Sometimes Adam picks like, this is what I would build. Sometimes I pick like, I just like it in the 99. But we pick 5. We don't know who's what, so we could steal. Other than we do know,
we know
the
2 of the thumbnails. Yep, that's it. Those are the ones we.
One's Adam. That's what we got. So we kind of knew that one.
Side note, really quick, I gotta. For people that are listening, Ibukaki wrote, listening to Adam describe beers makes me no longer want to share expensive beers with him. LOL. And then Doji or Mark said 13-month barrel age Malort is coming to SmithCon. So yeah, that's gonna be disgusting.
Did you just buy a bottle of Malort for last year's SmithCon, then not able to make it, and then you just threw it in your like closet at home?
That's a good point. That's probably.
I feel like that's what happened.
Yeah, it got put in a barrel, so it was barrel aged.
A barrel.
13-month storage in my closet aged Malort. That'd be more like what Malort tastes like in my shoe box of old shoes that I had when I was 6. Like that's what Malort is. That'd be about the equivalent of barrel aged.
Oh, 13-month-old aged Hidden Valley coming as well? No, please no. My God,
13-month expired.
No. Ranch lasts forever, right?
Especially when you do the powder stuff. It lasts for a long time.
Well, yeah, that's true too. Oh my goodness.
Speaking of, you guys can buy us shots every $15, especially since Lowry is drinking right now.
Good point.
Every $15 we'll take a shot, up to 3 per episode. So those aren't fun, so feel free to do those. We'll be taking a lot of those. Everybody is going to be taking a lot of those at SmithCon. So, all right. So Fae 5, Lowry, I think I started last week, right? So I believe it is your turn. Why don't you start us off with do the thumbnail ones. Let's get the thumbnail ones out of the way.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's go with Genki Future Shaper.
I like how you have the question mark.
G-E-N-K.
Isn't it
isn't it not a U?
Isn't it Genku?
Oh, it is. Okay. You're right.
Hit
I
your
can't
button.
read my writing.
Hit your button.
All right.
Hit your button.
All right.
She can't even read.
2 colorless, a white and a blue for a 2/5 Moonfolk Wizard. Whenever another non-token permanent I control leaves the battlefield, choose 1, and then it can only happen 3, essentially 3 times. So you can either choose a 2/2 white fox token with vigilance, a 1/2 flying Moonfolk with flying. I might have already said that. 1/1 black rat with lifelink, and then you can pay 3 and a white and a blue. Put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. And so like leaving the battlefield is anything like exile, returning to your hand, blinking, graveyard destruction, all that kind of stuff. So being able to play around with whatever's happening there, you can do a mixture. And I just I'm probably mostly into making this. I think I have I've cut things down. I have about 177 cards in a pile. I'll make that lower for whenever I actually stream build it. But we have, it's just kind of a fun kind of card, being able to blink, or I feel like exile. I was trying to maybe go with like returning stuff to hand, and there is definitely some of that in there. So we'll see how it goes, but this is something that I'm interested in, and definitely one that I'll be building.
Well, it's interesting too, because it's any permanent, so fetch lands is going to trigger this, and any of that stuff. Like that's used, but it's non-tokens. So you can't use treasure tokens to make these and all that stuff. But there's a lot of things that you can take advantage.
But just think, like an eerie interlude. I don't know if phasing works with it, because those technically don't.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. But you're right with eerie interlude, where it's leaving the battlefield and then coming back. Yeah.
And all you get is like the 3 triggers.
But that's
per
still
turn.
A 2/2, a 1/2, and a 1/1, and then you could pump them if you so choose. Yeah. This seems like there's a lot of angles you can do with this deck, and I think it could be a lot of fun. So
and also I think it's interesting because it doesn't interact with tokens, but it's making tokens. So how much do you want to support tokens or not? And also the 1/1 counters is really, it's like expensive. That's like an end game thing.
Yeah, for sure. That's
right.
That's a lot.
And
there.
so it'll be interesting. There are definitely some cards that I'm like happy to be playing, like the Displacer Kitten, the one whenever you cast a non creature spell, you blink something. Like that one seems like it's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, I think because it's in the blue and the white, you have a good angle there talking about the blinking, because there's a lot of that you can do in there.
The only thing that I'm hesitant about on it is that there's plenty of blink decks out there.
So then
I don't have one, and I haven't had one in a long time. But also there's plenty of them out there. So I don't know if that makes it like original by any means. You know what I mean?
Well, you still have to figure out a way that you're gonna win. You know, you're not, like you said, you're not tapping 5 and putting a 1/1 counter on all these things, and that wins you the game. You got to figure out another way, because you don't have green, so you're not getting the doubling the counter triggers. You can get anointed procession kind of things, but that's tokens and not
right. And so that's that part of like
tokens,
it's not a token deck, because you need a lot of non-token things to be able to leave the battlefield. And so right now I'm doing the divine intervention, where they turn into 4/4 flying angels. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I think that.
So we'll see if that actually makes the cut. But
yeah, I like it.
This was doesn't need another blink synergy. I'm still gonna build it. Oh
yeah.
So we're on the same page there. Like it doesn't need blink, and this definitely could be blink. And the other thing is there's like a sacrifice angle that you could be doing.
Yeah.
There's plenty of white and blue creatures that can like sacrifice and give indestructible and stuff like that. So it's like protecting something that you want to get rid of and still triggering him on whatever turns. And again, it's I want it to have at least some original cards in there, and we'll see if we get there, but it seems fun. It seems interesting at this point. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, no, I dig this. If you hadn't have picked it, I had it on my list, but you texted me earlier, like, hey, I like this card, and I was like, I figured he'd have this on the list. Rick is asking about us doing battle boxes. We had talked about that on special sets. I forgot about that. We haven't talked about that. We'll probably talk after cast about it, because they're a little expensive, but
a little spendy.
It might be something that happens after SmithCon. We got a lot of stuff coming into SmithCon. Once we get past that, which is end of June here, then we can kind of move into our regular scheduled stuff. So it's just kind of, we're leading up to SmithCon, and then we can kind of get back on schedule. So, all right. So I think that answers that. All right. So next one is me.
Yeah, what's yours?
It is Aslask.
Can you say it?
Aslask. Hey, that's how he said. That's what it. Aslask, the Swelling Scourge. This is an Eldrazi. It's a 5-color technically, but it's 3 to come down for a 2/2 Eldrazi. Whenever Aslask, the Swelling Scourge, or another colorless creature you control dies, you get an experience counter. So we're dealing with some experience counters, which is kind of nice. You can couple that with the other experienced commanders or cards because it is a 5-color, and then you can pay Wooburg, white, blue, black, red, green. Creatures you control get X+X until end of turn, where X is the number of experience counters you have. Scions and spawns you control gain Indestructible and Annihilator 1 until end of turn. So all your creatures get X+X. Your
Jesus.
Scions and your spawns gain Annihilator 1 and Indestructible. So this, you remember, I when this got spoiled, I kind of said it on the Discord, but I had my Mazarek deck that was Eldrazi Scion kind of deck.
Yeah. Yep.
And I loved that deck. I like that you have these creatures that you can sacrifice for mana and all that stuff. Well, I kind of want to rebuild that, but, a different angle, obviously. Now I'm going to be trying to get as many Scions out there. And the thing is, you can go the artifact route. It's saying colorless creatures. So
Right.
any artifact creatures you put out there, when they die, you're going to get the benefit from it. So you could sacrifice Solemn Simulacrum. If he dies, you get that. If you get, the antler deer thing that you can sacrifice to get land, Brandished Heart. So any of that stuff that you can self-sacrifice, you get the experience counters. And then they also get the boost. But I think what I'll lean heavy on is obviously the Scions and the Spawns, because you get the Annihilator 1. For each one of them, get the Annihilator 1 and then Indestructible. So it's just...
I mean, yeah, isn't this where it's basically a 3-mana colorless, just like wipe the board? That's fucking insane. Like you get, let's just say it's not hard to get 10 Scion / spawn, right? And then you pay 3, drop it, and attack.
Yeah.
And then there's 10 things sacrifice and they're indestructible. Jesus.
What Ibukaki is just on the attack. Are you drinking tonight? What is going on here? He said this is such an Adam deck. It also tutor. It doesn't tutor. Why do you say it tutors? It doesn't tutor. You a-hole.
Yeah, this is that's really good. I didn't read it because it's a lot of words. But yeah, now that you read it for me, that's
I can tell you when I'm reading it, you're leaning in and being like, it really
what the fuck is
all
going
this
on?
shit.
Right. Right.
So this once again,
now I'm not going to feel bad about how my deck is going to go, which is going to be mostly Fiend Hunter, exiling creatures, and bouncing shit.
Hey, that's how you get away the from the Indestructible. But once again, I have to say, it'll be the the third deck out of the last 5 that are 5-color decks for me. So hey, there we go. I don't know.
You can't get away from that red though, huh?
Because I'm all keep red. I'm all 2 colors all the time. And you're 3 colors. That's your bread and butter, and that's my bread and butter. But lately, 5 colors just be like, hey, let's just get everything. I like all the options, and
do everything.
Me and building decks. This is my nightmare doing 5 colors because I'll probably start out with 500 cards.
You will.
Stupid.
Yeah.
All right. Now
maybe you shouldn't build this one.
No, I think this one would be fun. I actually do want to build this one. This one is
great.
I am putting a star next to it. That is why it was the thumbnail one. Okay. Lowry, now here it comes the planning and all this. This is where you could steal from other people of what decks are going to build. I only have 1 extra. Well, yeah. So if you hit one of mine, or 2 of mine, I'm screwed.
I think this is the one that I would do, even though let's Landfall. The Necro Bloom.
All right.
Is that on yours?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Colorless, green, white, black. Landfall creates an 0/1 plant. Sorry. And then a creature token. If you control 7 or more lands with different names, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token instead. Land cards in your graveyard have Dredge 2. It's a 2/7 plant. This is this does a lot. It's great. It's fantastic. I love it.
It's 3 colors. It's
3 colors.
Yeah.
It has
dredge.
I don't think I'm gonna build
with
it.
Landfall. It's all this. It's everything you.
It has Field of the Dead attached to it, just stapled on there for no reason. Is that both, or do you only get one?
No, you only get the one. Yeah,
you control 7 or more. Okay.
Yeah, you only get. Yeah, which that I feel. I wish it didn't turn into a zombie because you lose that Avenger of Zendikar type stuff where you get the plants to keep getting bigger.
I mean, there aren't many things that are like giving plants a boost, but there's plenty of. You're right. You could have just tribal synergy going on.
Yeah. So, but it's just silly because
Yeah.
lands in your graveyard have dredge and like it's just like this.
Right.
Like Ibukaki said, the last one was such an Atom deck. This is such a Lowry deck, but you might not even actually build it because landfall is your favorite mechanic. Like this says Lowry all over it.
But that's why I'm saying it. I might build this one. There's definitely a couple that are maybes, and I'll probably build 2 from this set. It just might depend on what I open in a box, if we get a box.
Yeah,
which we're going to discuss after the show.
We might have to. Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
A quick note.
Otherwise, landfall,
yeah,
my baby.
I like this one. This one was on my list too. Joe was asking how many non-token Scion spawns exist. The last one isn't. It doesn't say it has to be non-token. It just says when another colorless creature dies, you get the experience counter.
Right.
So it doesn't have to be like these.
And
are
there's
tokens.
and there's plenty of cards out there between the 2-ish sets that create scions and spawns between the 5 colors for sure.
Yeah, and I was doing it with Mazarek easily, and that's 2
in
colors.
green black.
Yeah, that's green black, and that's easy there. So, all right, let's see here. I have to plan this out a little bit because there's my 1, 2, 3, 4. I have to steal this one because you took one from me, so there's no way.
You want to take one from me?
Well, no, because it's the one that was off my list, but I have no choice. But I think it would be on your list. But I don't like it as. I need to get one that I like, so I'm gonna do the one that was second on my list, which was the Nadu. Nadu Winged Wisdom is 1 colorless, 1 green, and 1 blue for a 3/4 bird wizard with flying. And then creatures you control have whenever this creature becomes the target of a spell or ability, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a land card, put it on the battlefield. Otherwise, put it into your hand. This ability only triggers twice each turn. This, I don't know if I'd build a deck. I mean, you totally build a deck around it. Like, but I like it as a 99 as well. Like, I don't think I want to build the other one more than I want to build this, but I think this one's a lot of fun because this also works with like equipment. You're targeting your own stuff, so your lightning greaves. It's a spell or ability, so you're.
Oh shit! That's only for. I didn't realize that you could affect it as well.
Yeah. So it only does it twice a turn, but you can do it on other people's turns if you have other things where you're targeting your own stuff. Again, this is a blue-green thing. Like
but just lightning greaves. Bop, bop.
Boop, boop. Yeah, there's your 2
You
triggers.
just trigger it twice.
Yeah, because it's each creature. What creatures you control have gained that ability. So when you move it from one,
holy
and
Jesus,
move it over to the other, it just.
So that's why Shuko
it's
jumped
gone.
up to $20.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah. So there's a lot of
insane. All right.
But
I thought it was an opponent effect type thing.
Yeah.
Because that's generally how that is.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's good. I don't know about $30 worth, but
getting the ramp in there, getting the card draw. The thing is what I'd have to figure out is what am I going to do for the win? I mean, like there isn't an obvious like this card creates something. It's something that I'm going to be drawing into. So if I can figure out some different angles, then maybe I build this deck. I've had blue-green commanders on my Fave 5s for like the last year, and I haven't built a single one. No, never mind. I did.
There's no red.
I built hack balls, so I should take that back. But there was you're such a douche canoe. But I like blue-green.
But there's red in the art, so I can see why you're.
Yeah, so this one's just dirty. Like I think this one's a really great ramp card.
This is insane.
It's a really great commander. It's really cheap to come out, and even if you're not affecting, like if you're doing your thing, well, once opponents start targeting your stuff, you're also getting advantage from them starting to wipe out your thing. So it's just. And Renshai is saying Nadu is making waves in CEDH right now.
I believe it.
Yeah. So there's some shenanigans that can be done. Oh, dude, and it's an $18 card at a rare spot.
Expensive.
Yeah. So okay. So
that's real expensive.
So that is my second pick. What is your next one that you would like to potentially build?
All right. What's the next one I can steal from you? Oh, this one has red in it. I'll take. What?
This one has.
I'll take Flage, Titan of Fire's Fury.
I don't have that one. How do you? Is it Flage?
All right.
PH
PHLAGE.
LAGE.
So this is one of those like Titans. They're sweet. I really like them with the escape, but it's one in a red and a white for 6/6 Elder Giant. When it ETBs, sacrifice it unless it escaped, and whenever Flag enters the battlefield or attacks, it deals 3 damage to any target, and you gain 3 life. And the escape is 2 red, 2 white. Exile 5 other cards from your yard. So I just really like the escape Titans, like Croxa and the green blue one. I built that too, and I don't remember.
What is his name?
That's fine.
What? Why am I not?
Yeah, it's even getting a reprint in the precons.
Yeah. God damn it. What is his name?
It doesn't matter. But I really
Somebody
like
will
the
get it in the
concept of
chat.
it. I would love it if they finished the cycle of 10.
Yeah,
that'd be
kinda
awesome.
cool.
But other than that, like 3 damage to any target is like
You-
that ability is pretty meh. but-
You're not saying this one as a commander, right? This one's more of you like it as the 99 type thing, or would you build a deck around?
likely in the 99. It's nice little removal, but it, you lose the instant speed, but a 6/6 body's pretty
Euro?
good too.
There we go. Euro.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ibukaki.
So I do like this, but it's not something that I'm going to build. And so more than likely it'll end up being in the 99 if I do get it. Again, this is an expensive card. Like it's in, 15, 20.
Yeah.
I just, I'm not going to buy this one at that price either. Like I'm going to want it around 10
Yeah.
if I'm even going to consider it. So, but it's a cool one. I like these Titans, and again, I'd much more rather just have them finish the cycle.
Yep.
I think that'd be sweet.
I dig that. All right. Next one. I don't remember which one is which.
You're right, Bill from Woodbury, about like Shuko on a spike. I agree. It's likely not going to be at the price that it is.
All right. I
I'm
know what
pretty
I'm
sure
gonna.
I have one. But
This
what's your next one?
This one I might actually build. I like this one. Was one of my favorites out of this. It is Shilgengar, Sire of Famine. So it's actually a white and black commander, but it's 2 black and 3 colorless for an Elder Demon, and it has flying 6/6. Sacrifice another creature, create a blood token. If you sacrifice an angel this way, create the number of blood tokens equal to the toughness instead. You can tap white, black, white, black, white, black. So either one of those. Sacrifice 6 blood tokens. Return each creature from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. These creatures are vampires in addition to their other types. So in reality, you could probably sacrifice 1 angel if you pick the right angels, maybe 2, at the most 2, and you'd hit the 6 blood tokens easily. If you can fill your graveyard up with whatever angels, like this could be an angel demon deck. I think you're mainly going to go angels in this.
Yeah.
Just so you have sack fodder and everything for that. You can get some little guys to sacrifice in there too to get your blood tokens and everything. So there's a lot of different angles you can do there, but this one I would really try to fill my graveyard up and utilize that ability of them all coming back out and wrecking havoc, because it isn't
Right.
at sorcery speed either. So you could do this, beginning you're about to be your turn, tap the 3, boom, all the stuff comes back into play. You can't do it again when you sacrifice them; they're going to be exiled. But you can swing in and do some stuff, and get blood tokens when you sacrifice them. More and more.
And I think my problem with this one was that like a lot of the blood tokens are in vampires, and so it's kind of like a lot of the blood token cards don't really work in this deck unless you want to go like Vampire Angel.
So, but the thing is I don't think I would use like other cards that's giving me blood tokens, if you get what I'm saying, because of that, what you're saying. Like, I think I would just more
Right. You almost can't.
right, because we don't have the red. Like, we're missing.
Right.
Yeah, if they would only listen to me and just use red, because red needs to be in
Right.
everything, then
Right.
This
It should
would be
just be black, white, and a red
right.
for the activation.
Right, exactly. That would be perfect. And then you could use all the blood tokens. So, and what is this? Everything's so expensive because it's not out yet. That's the thing. Everything's expensive.
Right.
So just, take that with a grain of salt there. This one I might actually build. I honestly still, the Eldrazi is my number 1, and then this is probably number 3, and this is my 3rd one I guess I've picked. So that makes sense why it's my number 3. But yeah, using angels again, throwing out Sarah Angel. I don't even think I play her in there, but I don't know. I don't know if I would do.
Probably wouldn't.
No, I don't know if I would do all angels as my other things. I might do a bunch of little things, being able to bring back, like the reassembling skeleton type things where you're able to sacrifice and bring it back and all that stuff, or take advantage of getting the other counters and maybe filling my graveyard up, because at that point it doesn't matter what's in your graveyard. It isn't based on angels or whatever. It's return each creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So if I'm able to fill my graveyard up, at the same time sacrificing or blocking or whatever, getting creatures to get my blood tokens up, then use it to bring back the big baddies. Maybe that's what I go with the angle. I haven't done a deck like that where I'm filling my graveyard up. So, looks so bad. Yeah, so ETB creatures is a good point there too. So yeah, there's a lot of things that you could do with this. So I think this one could be a lot of fun. All right, your 4th deck or commander that you might want to build or be in the 99. What would that be? I'm hoping you don't choose my last one I have circled. Please don't do it.
Is it green?
I don't know.
Because I have a group of them that I am very flexible with, and I could go with 2 of them. All right, well, I'll just go with one of those then. Let's go with the new Tameo.
Nope, I don't have that one.
So it's 1 blue, it's an 0/3 flyer, and whenever it attacks, you create a clue token, and then
Wait, where is it?
if you draw 3 cards on a turn, you flip
it's 1
it.
blue. There we go.
Yeah. And so that's really cool. And then it transforms. I haven't even read the backside, I don't think. But I like the idea of an 0/3 that gives me clues on 1 blue mana. So you +2 it, and it turns into a planeswalker with 2 loyalty. You get to +2 it until next turn. Whenever a creature attacks you or a planeswalker you control, it gets -1/-0. Or you can -3 it, return target instant or sorcery card from your yard to your hand. If it's a green card, add 1 mana of any color.
Look at that. If it's green, they just got to add that in there. If it's green, you get an extra bonus.
Because green needs the help.
Yeah.
And then you can -7 draw cards equal to half the number of cards in your deck, rounded up, and you get an emblem with you have no maximum hand size. And so I missed out on building decks when the original Flipwalkers came out, kind of. And these are all cheap. Like 1 blue to do this,
yeah.
I'm all about that. And I like that it's... Are we certain that this is green-blue? I would say it's green-blue.
Yeah,
identity,
it has the green in there.
but there's definitely no symbols there.
There is nothing with green-blue. I don't
Maybe
see how this is green-blue.
If it's not green-blue, then I don't want to do it.
I don't see how it can be green-blue, just for the fact that it
Right.
says
I don't think
if
so
it's
either.
a green card, add... No, there's nothing in this that would identify it
What
as
is
green.
flip it back over. What's that little dot there
This one?
next to the legendary? Is that green?
Yeah. It has a green-blue... It's cross, so this is blue and this is green.
Okay. So I think that is a color indication.
Okay.
But I don't know. Now I'm can I take it back? I want to steal yours.
That is there a ruling down here? No, they don't have the ruling.
Not for commander.
Wait.
No, do not.
This card? Nope, never mind. It was like, oh, it says it. That if this is a green blue, then they've changed some rules of color identity because there's nothing in here that would indicate that it's green. Just because it says if it's a green card, add 1 to your mana return target.
Right, that doesn't give color identity.
Yeah.
It has to be like a mana symbol generally.
Yeah.
But if the card, so what is it? Go to there's, you remember that equipment that flips into the black demon?
Oh
What the
yeah.
shit is that called?
Oh, what is is it a knife or blade? What is that one?
I agree. One of those.
Yeah.
I think it's Blade.
Blade. Let's watch. It just shows what's his Wesley Snipes. You know what it looks like when I get to it. There's a lot of blades.
There are a lot of blades.
Oh, we have even more pages. Come on.
7. Give me a second. Whoop.
I was gonna say, come on, chat, get us here. Oh, wait, there it is. It's Elbrus, the binding blade. Let's flip that over. It has the little black thing there.
But that is definitely a black card.
Yeah,
You can't play that in colorless decks.
Right.
So if that is a split, I do believe that little dot there is an indication in color.
Yeah.
And so
That's weird though. Like, what is the? I
it is
guess
weird. I'm fairly certain that Tameo's green blue.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's just weird because also weird and also makes sense because this card nowhere in it does it say it's black.
Right.
Like this doesn't say anywhere that it's black. It's just this is what it's telling you. It's black there. So I agree. I think it is going to be green blue. Okay. So so do the other ones do that? Like 6? Does it like that's what Bill was saying was 6 was one of the other ones. Where is he? 6. There he is. Let's flip him over and see. Oh, this isn't a.
That's not a walker.
That's not a walker. What's another one?
Soren.
Let's try sword. I just want to see.
So now we're just going to hit everything that I want to build. That's right there on the bottom or left.
This one right there.
That one, yeah.
All right, let's see. What is what? But well, extort. Nope, that
No,
still does
yeah,
it.
that's
That
a
still
reminder
does it.
text.
But then again, we have this. Interesting. Nowhere in it does it say that, but the flip over. I guess what it's saying because you aren't casting the. Here's where I get it. You're not casting the planeswalker. They're
Right.
making the planeswalker the 2 colors. So it's not anything that's in the text. It's just what it flips over. It's like the creature that flips over.
And that
Nowhere it
still
says it's
gives the
black.
color identity.
Yeah. Okay.
And so
All right.
there's like Trans Guild Promenade, Trans Guild Courier. It's 4 mana and it says that it's every color. And so even though it doesn't have the mana symbols, I guess it's at least stating that it's every color.
Yeah.
And I do believe that little dot there is stating, that's basically stating in very, very shorthand stating this card is those colors.
Yep. That makes sense.
So
I learned something today. I didn't
There we
even
go.
realize that this little guy, I thought it was just little artistic value to these cards. That's what it actually is. I want to find one that has 3 on a flip just to see
I don't
how
know
they
if
do
there
the
is.
pie chart of it or whatever. Okay. We broke that down long enough. Okay.
yeah, yep. What color is Tameo? But Tameo's pretty cool. I like the idea of drawing cards, and it's not nearly as much green blue bullshit as Nadu is.
Whatever.
So
whatever. All right.
it seems much more fair.
My next one is I got 3 color here. It's Arna, I think so. Oh,
Arna.
God. Then we have Kennarude, Sky Captain. Yeah, go
What do you
ahead.
think it's related to a kangaroo or what?
Well, you have the little umlaut thingies above it. How would you say the
Oh.
Kennarude?
That'd be German. Total miss on my part. Sorry.
So this is 2, a white, a blue, and a black for a human knight, 4/4 flying lifelink. It has ward, discard a card. So if you're going to target it, you got to discard something. That's pretty nice there. Whenever a modified creature you control attacks, double the number of each kind of counter on it. Then, for each non-token permanent attached to it, create a token that is a copy of the permanent attached to that creature. What? This is crazy. So, first it's
I
doubling.
stopped paying attention to you. Sorry.
Okay.
What does it do?
So, whenever a modified creature you control attacks, not just this, any of your creatures, you double the amount of each kind of counter on it. Okay, so if it has 1/1 counters, cool. But if you have auras on it, then for each non-token permanent attached to it, create a token. Now you're getting the token, so the next time you attack with it, it's going to double those counters. You create a token that's a copy of that permanent attached to that creature. So now you just, auras are doubled, and then each turn, if you don't get rid of it, then it's doubled again and made again, because if you still have the original aura on there, that one will also get made again. It's insane. Like, this is insane. Like, this is gonna give me an anxiety attack just playing this one. It's like Tom Bombadil all over again. No, it's pretty easy to just be like, all right, so this one does this and this. It does have a first and a second. So you're first doing the doubling the counters, and then you're doubling or you're making a copy of each. It's each non-token attached to it, each non-token permanent. So every aura, it's not just one of them, it's every aura you have attached. You're turning that into a second one. Just crazy. You should be going nuts.
It seems cool.
Oh, come on, Lowry. This one I think is crazy. I like this one a lot.
I would like you to build it.
I might. I'm putting a star next to it. I got 4 stars. You know, I'm going to build all of these because I've built so many in the last couple months. I'm in a lull right now. There's a lot of life going on that I'm not able to build stuff. But yeah, this one seems
like an Eldrazi conscription on that.
Yeah, shit.
Just double.
That'd be crazy.
Double.
Well, we're not in the right colors. I was gonna say like the Umbras on there. Then you're really protecting it, but you are in like.
Oh, there are some Umbras that work with that. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a lot of auras that you can add to this that are going to be just fantastic. So I think. And it's for whenever a modified creature. So it's not just this one, which I really like. So it doesn't have to be just your commander. You can put it on other creatures of yours. This has the ward, which is nice, and the lifelink flying. So they're most likely putting it on this, but you could put it on all your other stuff. So, yeah, this one's just crazy. It says do quips, get copied. Yeah.
It seems like a lot. I don't know if I'm worried about it coming out, but also once something's about to go on it, that's when I'm like, let's kill that.
Yeah, but you got to discard to kill it.
Yeah, maybe you're right. All right,
that's taking a card.
But I mean, like we don't run counter spells, so that's gonna be real rough.
Yeah, you not only are getting rid of it with a removal spell, but then you're also you're losing 2 cards for my 1 card. You know, I mean, this is expensive to come out. It's 5. Like, granted, that's kind of crazy. But what you do is you get your creatures modified before it comes out. It comes out, then you attack with those creatures. You don't need this to attack. And
it just has to land, and then you're doubling all of the modifiedness.
Yeah. And the thing is like, what becomes the threat at that point? Is it the modified creatures or is it the commander? You know, so it's
just run more board wipes. That's the solution.
We're all about no board wipes. All right. What is your last one? And I wonder if you're going to get this one. The one card the only one I can pick from my list that I have left. Everything else.
Do you have 6 on your list?
I put 7 down, but you took Genku, which I knew that you were going to take anyways.
What? No, the card 6 that we already looked up.
I didn't put 6 on my list.
All right, you could probably just hit back a couple of times. It wasn't the Planeswalker, but it's 2 and a green. It's basically 1/2 of the Renin 6 deal. So the character is really cool, but it's a 2/4 reach tree folk, and whenever 6 attacks mill 3 cards, you may put a land card from among them into your hand, and as long as it's your turn, non-land permanents cards in your graveyard have retrace.
Look at you.
Retrace is such a sweet mechanic. This is going in a ton of my 99s. Likely not going to build it because I might end up building Necro Bloom.
Yeah,
or one of the Planeswalkers, the Flip Walkers. But yeah, 6 is really cool, and in for like the 99 for me. If you love playing with Life from the Loam, this is the card for you,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Uh,
So Retrace is really, really sweet.
Going back on what you just said about the flip walkers, I skipped them because they were monocolored. Like I didn't even read them. I was like, I don't even want to, because I thought they were monocolored because the front side, you know. So yeah. So this will be I like this. Yeah, 99. I think this is a good card. I think it's decent.
Yeah, and really, do you have a flip walker you're going to talk about?
No,
No, you didn't.
I just said
So-
I skipped them because. Well, what's the other one?
Soren's bonkers.
Okay, let's
Can
go
we
to
go look
Soren.
at Soren?
Yeah, let's go
Soren?
look at Soren. Really
Soren
quick.
is bonkers. Like this, maybe it's not as good as Nadu or Azlask, but basically at the beginning of your post-combat main phase, if you gain 3 or more life this turn, it flips,
Mhm.
which it flips off of 1 extort with 3 opponents.
right. Yeah. So
And then
easily
it transforms.
flips over to this, which still has extort.
Yep. Can you read them?
Okay. Yeah. +2 is so it comes in with 3 loyalty. +2, create a food token. Okay. I hated food until Lord of the Rings, and Lord of the Rings made food playable, and I don't hate on food as much anymore. Still not my favorite, but hey, +2, get a food token.
You don't hate it anymore.
Right. Food is a necessity. -1, Soren deals damage equal to the amount of life you gain this turn to any target. Ooh, that's good removal right there on a stick. And also
Yeah.
to direct damage to a player. And then -6, gain control of target creature. It becomes a vampire in addition to its other types. Put a lifelink counter on it if you control a white permanent other than the creature or Soren. So yeah, it is saying Soren is white right there.
Yeah. So like that one seems really cool. A lot of value. This is more of a 99 for me as well, but really cool. And I do like the Ajani one, but what's your last one?
Okay, the last one, I didn't pick it because I thought you would pick this one because you made a Lugi 4 deck.
I did.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, here's your Lugi 4 gal on a stick. And it was for your Mothman, and I was like, oh, this one, Lowry's gonna probably pick this, so I'm not gonna pick it. So this was the one I almost picked earlier because I didn't have any others. If you picked this, I didn't have anything else to choose. But anyways, it's 2 colorless.
Gotcha.
Black, red, green for a human scout 5/6. Whenever and that's what we call them, the goifs. We call them Lugi 4s. That's what we called them when we were kids, and it still sticks.
Yeah.
Whenever a Lugi 4 permanent card is put into the graveyard from anywhere other than the battlefield, put it onto the battlefield. Whenever 1 or more creatures you control deal damage to a player, create a Tarmogoyf token. Which, okay, we're just assuming
That seems really cool.
the Tarmogoyf is just, it's the star. It's a Tarmogoyf. So it's funny it doesn't have does it have reminder text on the other ones? No, it doesn't
For what?
say it's just saying what the Tarmogoyf. You know what I'm saying? Like Tarmogoyf is the name of, it's saying it's that name of that card. I get it, but you know what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So but Tarmogoyfs care about the
Graveyard.
card types
Yeah.
in a graveyard.
Yeah.
In all the graveyards. Whereas like Lugafor, specifically that named card, cares about the amount of creatures in a graveyard.
Yeah.
But it is also the creature type of like 6 cards. Like, like even though I made a Lugi 4 deck with the Mothman, there really were only, it ended up being like 4, and then cards that were like it, like Bone Hoarder or like Geist of Precinct 6 or something. Like there are cards that acted like it, but they weren't Lugi 4s.
Yeah.
So I think it's cool. But
I thought you were gonna
there
pick
just
it.
isn't a lot there. I'm sure they're adding
Well,
some in the pre-con there.
whenever 1 or more creatures you control deal damage to a player, so you can get 3 Tarmogoyfs if you hit 3 players that turn.
That's bonkers.
Yeah.
Right? Is this where you don't even care about like
Right.
the first part and
Right.
you just try and have evasive creatures
and you just
to
get
gain
Tarmogoyfs.
3 Tarmogoyfs a turn?
Like,
And this, have a parallel lives down, so you make 6 of them.
Yeah.
Or
yeah, you're in the green, so you can get the doubling
right,
and all
you
that
you
stuff.
have token support for sure.
Yeah, and
What does red do here? Nothing. It's a bad color.
get the fuck.
Get the fuck out!
Don't hate on my red.
I'm gonna agree that I really like this art style. I know number 2 agrees with me on that too. Just like the side profile with the kind of the solid color palette in the background with the side view of the commander. Like I really like that art, so I'm glad that they went back from it from the Commander Masters last year.
Yeah, no. Now it makes me want to go get all the Commander Masters one. Then I'm like, that's a lot of money. I don't want to, but it makes me want to get it now because these are pretty damn sweet. So I really dig this. So if there's anything on this list that you guys that we didn't talk about that you guys are most excited for, or even if it was on this list, really want to hear what you are going to build with MH3, or maybe you're not.
It looks like everybody's going grist.
Oh,
I didn't even read it. That was a lot of words. Again, I'm not here to read novels. I want to play games.
But yeah, so we want to hear your guys' commanders you're planning on building. So please put that in the comments if you're watching on YouTube. Otherwise, if you're not, you're listening to us, jump on YouTube and then write a comment. We want to hear what you guys are building. All right, so we are done with the main beer and pizza of the episode. So now we just kind of get into our tags, and we got Stump the Smith Savant stuff. So any bullshit we want to talk about at all? You do anything fun this last weekend or anything like that?
I mean, our wives were hanging out, and we weren't necessarily, didn't have to be separate, but we chose to be, I mean, birthday party, and then I took the kids down by the river, and they just played on the riverbed,
Played in the
coast
band.
for a while. There isn't a beach, it's fucking flooded down there at this point. Like, there's so much water in Minnesota right now.
Yeah, it's insane how much water.
But other than that, kids loved it a little bit, and I don't know if you ever do this, but like, I took some pictures, sent it over to my dad. I was like, hey, we had a really good day. This is something that you did with me and, my brother, and like, these were really good days, and like, show appreciation.
Right.
I was showing appreciation to my dad type thing. Like, you taught me a lot of good stuff, and this is one of them. So thank you type stuff.
Then he texts you back, who dis? New number.
No.
Thanks, Dad. I rented a skid steer for the weekend, and because we were putting the volleyball court in, like you mentioned, we got a shit ton of rain. The skid steer showed up. I got 200 tons of sand, and the skid steer showed up.
That's enough.
Yeah, that's a lot. Showed up on Friday. And it was supposed to be a track skid steer with a track, not.
Yeah.
It was wheels. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm new to the skid steer driving thing. I've only driven, this is my 3rd time driving a different skid steer. And I was like, okay, it probably does the same thing. It doesn't do the same as a track. The wheels, if you're in any type of mud or sand, it gets stuck all the time.
Well, that's not good when you're working with sand.
So very first thing I did was I got stuck in the volleyball. I dumped sand, and I'm like going to push it around, and it gets stuck. And I'm like,
oh God,
I'm an hour into this. I just wasted hundreds of dollars on this. The good thing is I figured out, you push the bucket down, lift the wheels up. I had scrap wood, put it underneath that, but I was like, how am I going to do this? And then it downpoured on Friday. So the next day I couldn't even make it up the simplest hill because this thing...
It's like a shit.
Yeah, dude. And wheels don't work well. Tracks work well. Wheels don't. So I had to completely take the whole day off on Saturday.
Ugh.
Yeah. And then we saw Friday. Yesterday was insane. We had that stupid storm that came in. So in the middle of that, I was just hauling balls, just scooping sand, dropping it. It was just making these huge piles. I was getting mud mixed in with the sand, so I'm gonna have to go through and take the mud because it's clay. So that is like rock in sand, and they aren't. The guy came to get the skid steer today, and he saw all the piles, and he's like, well, what are you planning on doing with all that? I was like, well, you got to take this, so I'm just going to do it by hand. He's like, oh. He's like, are you sure you don't want to keep this? I was like, well, I can't move in this sand. Like, I need an actual skid steer.
Like a track one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he's like, oh, okay. So he took it. And so I went out there and tried to do it by hand. Yeah, it's not going to work. Like, I was getting a shovel and just trying to pull these mounds down. I was out there for an hour and I didn't do anything. Like, it's just garbage. Like, so I have a lot of sand.
I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Have you ever driven in a skid steer? Like, that's something that I was not familiar with.
No, most people that do have them that I know would not let me drive them. So
I will say there was at one point I did one big scoop, and at this point it was raining, so the sand was really heavy. And like I was trying to turn around, and these things don't maneuver very well, and so I backed up onto the sand mound that I was on, but that made it so that it pushed the whole nose down. The whole thing went face down into the ground to the point where my hands hit the windshield, and everything that I had in the back flew forward. Luckily, it flipped back. It kind of did a wobble back and forth, but yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, so that's my weekend. But yeah,
that does not sound, because like when I was farming, we have a little like creek that goes through a part of our land down there, and if you're like, we're hauling grain out at the end of the year and it's just a little bit wet, and you think you're going through some of the spots, and then you hit a low spot, you're like, motherfucker, Jesus, and like you're just stuck there. You have thousands of pounds attached on a trailer.
How the fuck do you get out of that then?
You wait until it dries up.
Oh, really?
Basically, I mean, you can. It depends on how far along the season is, but like if it's all dead, it's just gonna be slick as shit. But if you got some grass there and like real roots, you might be able to. But again, you stick boards under it. Nobody gets behind it, because someone, like, if you have enough torque on there, it can shoot a board out back and just fucking wreck some shit. You're not trying to, and you're not like revving up a tractor by any means, but yeah, it can put you out of the field for a day or two, and you're just like, goddamn idiot.
Yeah. So I was gonna say the one other part that I got stuck, so the guys that excavated for me to get the volleyball court cleared out, they made areas, like they added dirt, because they pulled 200 tons of dirt out, so they had to put it somewhere. So I'm like, oh, they were driving on this part of the section of the like outside of the volleyball court. So I was like, oh, okay, that'll be easy to grab the sand there and go around and drop it. So I go with a load of sand along that part on Saturday, so after it rained on Friday, and I hit it, and it just went like it sunk. And it's on a hill, so the whole skid steer is on its like tipping, but the wheels were 3/4 of the way underground. So like that's what saved me. I didn't flip, but I didn't know how I was getting out. Like I was like, what the fuck do I do here? Like I'm stuck. So again, I did the whole push the bucket down, lift the wheels up, stuck wood under there. I eventually went from sideways and maneuvered, so I was going backwards down the hill instead of sideways. That's where you can really kill yourself flipping it. So I went backwards, but this took an hour for me to maneuver backwards. Then I was in the muck where the water has been sitting, and I was a foot underground there as well. Like it was a disaster. I think. Well,
and with so much rain, like it was just bad timing. Yeah. Like it's rough, and especially not having the track.
Yeah.
Instead of the wheel. So
I talked to my excavator guy today. He's also like who does the sprinklers. Like he's gonna put in a sprinkler system. And I told him the whole story. He's like, oh, dude, you had the wrong tool for the job. I was like, what? He's like, you can't have a track skid steer for working with sand. I was like, I know. I realized that this sucks. It was so bad. The only positive is this is the nicest interior of a skid steer I've been in, because it was all enclosed. So like when it was downpouring and all that last night, I wasn't affected, and it had AC and heat in there. So it was perfect on, we're muggy now. Today was awful muggy, but the
muggy.
Climate control was pretty nice. So anyways, all right. So that's it for our stuff. SmithCon's coming up though. That's what we got a couple weeks out from that. What is the 20? Somebody was asking about that earlier.
Yeah, like 20th, 21st, 22nd.
So if you are a part of the Discord or whatever, you might want to check in on that because we're going to be playing Friday, Saturday. So if you haven't, God, this damn mic. Look at that. Stay.
So you get a little stick to hold it up.
So yeah, if it one of the ways, God, I'm feeling my beer now. It's weird. It's weird doing the tags in the middle because it's just like now I have a buzz, so I don't know my liners or anything like that. And it's like, how do we do this again? You can support the oh wait, we do have the new patron, so we can hit that again, I guess. All right, we're gonna get official. We're gonna get official here. You can support the Commander Smiths. Well, I mean, like officially.
Oh,
get him in. You can support the Commander Smiths, like our new patron Joe Edgin.
Welcome to a meat forest.
That sounds like a fairy tale of a meat forest.
There are 4 ways you can support the Commander Smiths. That is one way. Thank you, Joe, for becoming a patron. That gets you into the Discord, gets you proxies each month if you so choose. Like I mentioned earlier, this is one of the prizes, but this is also a proxy you can get. The Anointed Procession that my youngest, helped me make. We have a ton, over 400. I think we're approaching 450 at this point, 400 different proxies. And the higher you move on the tiers, the foils you can get if you move up on the tiers in there. But not only that, we started last month is the patron giveaway. So we open up collector booster packs and we give those away to patrons. Not only that, we give away our stuff that we have in the store. Speaking of right here, we have the metal tokens we give away. We also, you can buy the metal tokens or our playmat if you want to get it on the Urzas versus Yavimaya. If you notice, part of this playmat, let's see if I can get it bigger so you can. No, that got it smaller. That didn't work. Part of the playmat here is it's Urza background and Yavimaya background. So it's Lowry and I battling. This is one thing you can get on the Commander Smith store. And then also we have the mugs that you can get there. Larry, do you have your mug on you or the red one? Because that's the actual one that people can get. No, that's all right. That's fine. There it is. So you can get the red mug like Larry has there. These are Yetis. So it comes with the whole top, everything like that. It has the Commander Smith thing on there. And like I mentioned, we have the t-shirts that we're both wearing. And then the metal tokens on there as well. So you can see there's the... what is it? Fable the Mirror Breaker. Yeah. Get the fuck out. Oh, I should have worn mine.
Just keep doing your tags. Don't worry about me.
So that is another way you can support the Commander Smiths. The other way is just jump on YouTube. It's free for you guys. Jump on YouTube, subscribe there, watch our videos there. That helps us out more than you know. Every like helps us out. So if you're watching this right now, please give this video a like. And then the other way you can support the Commander Smiths is by donating on this. Anytime we're live, every $15 is a Malort Shot. It is the worst shot in the world. Well, that we've taken. It's pretty terrible. So that is making us do things, but also supporting us at the same point. And then you can also follow us multiple places. We have TikTok. We have Instagram. Like I mentioned, YouTube. We don't do much on X anymore. We're not there. We just don't do anything there. So the biggest thing is if you want to interact with us, make sure you jump on YouTube and on the other ones, the Instagram and all that stuff. We did have a poll that we did last week. We talked about the Power 9 lands. I did put up 4 options. I did not put the dual lands on there because we already talked about those in a different poll. I didn't put Gaia's Cradle in there because we talked about that in another poll. But we did have Urza Saga, hashtag UV or U4L, Urza's for life. Beseju Who Endures, Ancient Tomb, and Nykthos, Shrine to Nyx. As you can see, for those
I'm impressed.
listening, Nykthos and Beseju
44% of people are wrong.
Beseju and Nykthos got 13%. Ancient Tomb came up second with 30%, and Urza Saga. I gotta get to the button. Lowry's little button. Here we go.
Get the fuck out.
44% of the votes, and we had 178 people vote. So that we had a lot of people vote on this one. So yeah, you guys came through. But there was a lot of people that were like, the OG lands. dual lands and all that stuff. I understand that, but we had that in different ones. So we just gave these 4 options here. So that's another thing you check out on YouTube. All right. I think we're all done with all that stuff. I believe it is time for us to move. Is there anything else you want to talk about? I don't think there was.
Oh, I'm good. We doing
okay. Just making sure. Yep. I was making sure in my notes I didn't have anything else there. All right. Let's get to it here. There we go. It's time for everyone's favorite game show, Stump the Smith Savant. All right, if you guys don't know how this game works, I am going to read the flavor text of a card, and Lara's going to try to guess the card by asking yes or no questions. Every yes will hear this.
Hello, boobies.
Every no will hear this.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
You get up to 5 wrong guesses before he's considered stumped. This card has to be in at least 10,000 EDH rec decks. You can email us at commandersmiths@gmail.com with any suggestions or entries. Or you can direct message me if you're a part of the Discord. Currently, we have the Anointed Procession, like I mentioned earlier, the foil proxy that my son helped me make here. That is up for grabs, up for the first 3 weeks. After that, we will add an actual not proxy card to the ante, and every 3 weeks after that, we will add another card, and so on and so forth. This week's stumper is Tommy Olson, and Lowry's record is 91-30, so we are on round 30, week 2. So if you don't get stumped this week, you don't get stumped next week, we'll add a card to the ante. I've eliminated the chat so chat can play along, see if they can get it before Lowry. And here we go. My liege will lead and I will follow to the battlefield, to the grave, and beyond. It's like Buzz Lightyear's magic
He's
card.
trying to throw me off with that comment, right? Are we in Lorcana? Are we in the Disney game? Is that what's going on?
It's in
That-
10,000
no, that
EDH
at all.
rec decks.
No. All right, you're right. All right, my liege will lead and I will follow to the battlefield, to the grave, and beyond. That feels very much like a black and or white card. So was that the case?
Wrong, wrong, wrong.
There's not black and or white color identity. All right, that's good to know. And beyond. All right, well, I was wrong. Let's go with the first clue, please.
The art features a fully armored vampire holding the reins of a fully armored horse. The art features a fully armored vampire holding the reins of a fully armored horse. And while you're thinking, I will read this joke. I had a job interview at an insurance company once, and a lady said, "Where do you see yourself in 5 years?" I said, "Celebrating the 5th year anniversary of you asking me this question." Mitch Hedberg.
Classic. I mean, so are we saying that this is a red vampire? That was happening? Be kind of strange. We know there's not. There are no blue or green. So it'll be red. Is this a permanent type card?
Hello, boobies.
Is this red and or colorless?
Hello, boobies.
Is this red?
Hello,
Does it have
boobies.
red? All right. More than likely it's red. What? Okay, we know it's permanent. We know it's a red card. Is it a creature?
Hello, boobies.
Ooh, Travis Knight. Yes, you're right about that. I don't know if that you know what it is, but I think you might.
All right, so this sounds like a red creature, vampire, riding a horse? Can I get that first clue again, please?
The art features a fully armored vampire holding the reins of a fully armored horse. Or armed horse. Armored.
Oh.
While you're thinking, I'm going to do one more joke just in case you get it here. I used to do drugs. I still do, but I used to too.
All right, so CMC is 2 colorless, 2 red.
Hello, boobies.
This is from a commander product.
Was that a question?
Set wise. Yeah.
Hello, boobies.
It's what they used to call a lieutenant, and they didn't. Did they all? No, it wasn't a lieutenant. But
Oh, Renshai has the initials.
what the shit is it? I've only gotten one clue right.
Correct.
It's essentially giving your commander a boost. Now I gotta remember what that boost is. Haste is involved on the card.
Hello, boobies.
+2/+2 is involved on the card,
Hello, boobies.
and the commander gets that +2/+2.
Hello, boobies.
You're missing one more part of the text. It's creature types and it's power and toughness.
Can I get the second clue, please?
The text features evasion and a double bump to a certain creature along with an ability great for surprise attacks. You already got that.
Parts of that for
Yeah.
sure. Okay, so the card itself has flying.
Hello, boobies.
So, and with it in play, it gives the commander +2/+2 in haste.
Hello, boobies.
So creature types, and power and toughness.
Yeah, that's a good one. So it's a vampire.
Hello,
But
boobies.
there's a second one. And then power toughness. For power and toughness, is 4 involved anywhere?
Hello, boobies.
Is it a 4/4?
Hello, boobies.
So we just need-
Vampire something. Warrior, knight. It's not a mercenary. Warrior, knight. What else is in that realm? Is it a warrior and or knight?
Hello, boobies.
That's a good way of asking the questions. I'm going to give you that by you're making it so that, like, if you went one or the other, then you're knocking it out. Or if it's neither of them, you got 2 questions out. I like that
that's a
way
good
of
point.
thinking.
I don't know if I was really.
You did
I was
that.
more
You-
thinking of the narrowing in, but you're right.
You're doing
it
that
is
with
excluding
everything. Everything
out.
that you've been asking is like 2. So you've eliminated, like you did. What was the first one? Black or white was your very
Yeah.
first one that you got wrong, and it got eliminated immediately. So you took those 2 out. Like that's.
Is it a knight?
Hello, boobies.
All right. The initials are BS. This is BS.
I agree.
If you
I
can't
get the extra
it,
clue.
yeah, you do get the extra clue.
Okay.
The S
Battle.
The S is someone that stands in for a king, right? I believe that I'm thinking of that correctly. Now I want to look it up. No, I'm like, am I doing that right? Hang on. make sure that I am thinking that right.
BS.
I think that's right.
2 words. I'm fairly certain this was in the Edgar Markov recon, so I'm sitting here trying to go like.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's someone that sits in the place of a king. All right, so that's the S. I was just making sure. I'm like, I think that's right. And the B. I didn't write these clues down because I thought you'd get it because I was like, he knows this card. This is only in 10,000 EDH rec decks too, but I've seen this one a lot.
Have you?
It's if the B is, it's almost like 2 words, but it's if you were to take an oath by using like you're swearing yourself to somebody, but you're using your own bodily fluid that's not semen. It's a different bodily fluid.
Too bad. That's how I would swear most things.
It's a semen
I
oath.
swear on my
It's
sperm.
a semen oath. Hang on, let me get this. Let me get this ready. I'm not, I gotta get warmed up.
When you're a kid, hopefully one of your friends weren't like, "Hey, we should become blood brothers." No, we should be semen.
Shake on it. Oh, it's sticky.
I can't even do that yet. All right. You didn't write that down, so it's gonna be hard to repeat it too.
It's not semen, but it's like.
Is the second word the S? Is that like steward?
Yeah. Okay.
Hello, boobies.
I'm glad I had that right. I was like, yes, that is what it is.
Yeah.
And how I think of it is Lord of the Rings, because I was thinking of.
That's exactly
that's
what I was thinking
like,
too. Oh, thank God for Lord of the Rings.
I learned everything from Lord of the Rings. Yeah, sorry, Joe. I missed your. Yes, you got it right there, buddy. The first one was wrong. Yes, but yeah.
So it's the B is blood something.
Hello, boobies.
Blood something steward. And so right now it's either like blood oath or blood sworn or blood. Is there anything else that pops in the head? How many wrong do I have?
1.
Is it blood sworn?
Hello, boobies.
Boom! You got it. Nice job.
Almost. No, we moved through that, but yeah, that's I've. It's a card that I've really liked, but I haven't played it anywhere because
I think I've had it in a deck, but
it's probably in your Edgar Markov deck.
Oh, probably. Yeah. You're right, but I haven't played that deck in.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I mean that thing has tutors in it. I think, if I remember right.
It does.
Yeah,
It does. Cheater.
I don't play it. It's for beginners.
So, but this is a sweet card for sure. Great pick.
Thank you, Tommy Olsen. If you wait, what is it? Yeah, this one at the Crimson Vow Commander. He's 19 cents. If you want to sign it and send it to us, buddy, you can definitely do that. It'll make the wall or Lowry's wall, even though we're not showing it on camera here. But well, actually, Lowry a lot of times plays with the cards. Maybe then he'll actually play with it.
I might. Sometimes it gives me a little bit of a push.
Yeah, there you go.
I have,
Oh,
Hatchman Dues right here.
Renshai,
Keep on keeping it there.
If I didn't remember, you would have been the name. You are the next one, but I remember to draw. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm too.
But
I'm too
he's still
sober.
happy to play the victim like hockey. Oh, I don't get picked anymore.
No one likes me to pick. All right. Are you kidding me?
Is it Renshai?
Renshai still gets picked. We're talking
There we
shit
go.
and he gets picked. All right, Renshai, you're finally on the board. Lowry, you ready for an easy one next week?
Yeah, right away. It'll be fun.
The fastest one ever, Renshai was Wasteland, wasn't it? Wasn't that the...
Well, I've had a couple that were really fast for him. That was
It's like his sex life, right? Oh,
I didn't say that. Why would you say that about Red Shy? Look, he is better at this than I am, other than picking. That's all I'm saying. Good luck. I might just fail on purpose so you can just get a regular like proxy foil.
What are you trying to say? Making regular that's like treasure right
Just trying
there.
to make, well, yeah, I wasn't trying to put you down. I was just trying to make him feel better. That's
remember, guys, you guys can send your suggestions into our email at commandersmiths@gmail.com, or if you're part of the Discord, shoot me a message there and we can get you entered there and potentially win some stuff. So, all right, gang, that should do it for this week. We will catch you guys next week.
Thanks for listening.
See ya.
Bye.
See ya.
I love boobs. I'm talking tatas.
I just realized I did not finish all my beer. There was still a quarter can left.
Love
So-
boobs. Thanks
I mean,
for the
oh,
memories.
yeah.
I love boobs.
Hey, Meat Force, could you kindly tap the like and subscribe button? And if you're ever in the mood, head on over to commandersmiths.com and you can get the shirts and mugs you see on the screen and some other stuff. Thank you.